And the problem was me. I was the problem. I'm the person that's making me gain the weight. I'm the person that's doing this to myself. So I had to think back, okay, Erica, what can I do to feel full? Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica, and today I'm talking about a very sensitive subject. It is about losing weight. Weight loss can seem so stressful at times when you think about the number, but one thing I noticed that worked for me is to do things a little bit different. Instead of focusing on the number, let's focus on the journey. Everything we're going to do to get to that finish line. It starts from watching what you eat and drink, so your intake, your diet, also talking about working with moving your body a little bit more, and also reflecting on some of the things that you did to get to this point, motivating yourself as well as your motivation goals to get you to the end. Over the years, I've been up and down with my weight. Before I got married, I was about 178 pounds. Did Weight Watchers for a while, ended up counting my numbers for my Weight Watcher goals. Lost about 25 to 30 pounds. Got married, got pregnant, went from I think 145 up to about 198 pounds with my first son. Lost that weight again, got down to about 150, 160. I think it was maybe 155. Got pregnant with my second son, got up to 172 pounds. And then after I had him, I got all the way down to 125 pounds. Crazy, right? Now I'm teeter-tottering around 145 pounds because life was lifing, things were fun, things was tasting good, and I just was like, hey, let's get here. Weight loss journey is different for each person. Your number is different. Of course, it's based off of, I'm not even gonna say your height. It's based off of your preference, right? What works for you. Today, I'm just talking about a journey that I had in the past and how I'm getting back to that journey of getting down. I would say I wanna get down at least 17 more pounds to get back to where I was happy at, where I felt the most healthy at. And then, again, it's not about the look, it's about how you feel, how you feel confident, and what makes you happy. One thing I noticed about losing weight, which I found it difficult, was there was so much things on social media with people showing all the weight that they've lost and how they look so different now. And I found myself looking at their meal plans that they're eating, kind of trying to make it similar of what they're doing in order for me to lose that weight. And I found myself trying a diet for a while and it just never worked out. I found myself gaining weight, and I understood that, you know, everybody's body is shaped differently, and to not base it so much off of what I see. So social media has been a really hard effect on how I perceive of what I want it to look like instead of the reality of what needed to be done. So the first thing that I needed to change was my habits of eating. And not just eating, the habits of drinking things too, right? I stopped alcohol intake for, again, I just kind of drunk just when we were just hanging out with friends. But I stopped drinking about a year and a half ago. I have other dietary issues when it comes to acidy foods, alcohol. I have acid reflux and a hernia. So a hiatal hernia, I think that's what it's called. I may be wrong, but so when I drink anything acid or have anything that can burn my throat, it just throws off my whole body. I just feel horrible. I could lose my voice for weeks at a time, and it's just not healthy. So I cut out the alcohol a while ago, which was good for me. Other thing, what I did was I noticed last year, this is where I gained the weight at. I noticed last year, I found myself going to Starbucks like minimally 4 or 5 times a week. And I just couldn't fit. First off, I found out that my pockets was looking a little light. I was like, where am I spending this money at? And then I started looking at my account and I was like, wow, she's really spending $250 at Starbucks a month. Like, who is this person? Who does she think? Does she think she got money like someone rich? Obviously, I don't. So I cut that out, tremendously cut that out. And as well as I saw weight loss from that, because when I go there, I don't just get a black coffee, right? Because that's just so boring, like so boring. Like I'll be like, can I get a matcha latte, add oat milk? And I would think by adding oat milk instead of like a dairy milk would make it like healthier, which it really wasn't making any healthier because what they put in some of the oat milks be crazy. And then I would add like all this extra stuff and cold foam on the top. And then the calories that are on the menu, you'll notice, is totally different than when you're actually drinking. So like I would be drinking probably about 400 calories just for that. And after reviewing my calorie intake, I should be taking about maybe 1,700 calories a day. So 400 out of that 1,700 was gone the first thing in the morning. And then I would probably get a breakfast sandwich. So it would probably be about 1,000 calories gone. And then I would still eat like a mad woman afterwards because I was not full. I was not satisfied because I had really no protein in it. Nothing in there was making me feel full. So that drinking that sugary stuff just kind of made me crash. It made me tired. It made me gain weight, and it made my pockets look woo. I was like, okay, we're gonna have to figure this out. So immediately changing that. So what I do now is I drink water. I drink water. I love water. It's hydrating. If anything, if I want to drink a tea, I have like Earl Grey tea, a green tea, a probiotic tea. I don't put anything, any sweeteners in it because again, that's more calories. I just drink it the way it comes, drink it warm, and it works for me. And it actually, I feel like it helps with my digestive system, especially drinking it early in the morning or right before I go to bed. It just, something about it just makes me feel a lot better. So that has been the change for watching what type of calories I take in with drinking. Now with eating. So I work from home, which means that my refrigerator is always ready for me to look in it. I'd be so excited to like walk to the refrigerator to see what I have available. I had to figure out like how to change this up because my problem, again, the problem was me. I was the problem. I'm the person that's making me gain the weight. I'm the person that's doing this to myself. So I had to think back, okay, Erica, what can I do to feel full, right? So eating higher protein things like chicken breast, you know, I like to eat grass-fed ground beef, turkey, ground turkey, anything that's really good in protein. It makes me feel full for so much longer. So I focused in on that. That made me feel better. I didn't crash, and it helped with my calorie intake. Also, I used to measure my protein that I eat. I don't measure it anymore. I can kind of know how much protein I need to be eating through the day. Always having fruit available is another thing. I do not like all type of fruits. I really only like pomegranates and grapes. It may be strawberries. It's good to just make sure you have fruit available. And sometimes I used to eat those That's It bars, which was just like a whole apple, a whole whatever. Like it was just the berries or the fruits. I would eat those because it would just help me better. If you don't like to eat fruit, I think juicing may be good too, because sometimes eating the fruit, some people may not be able to digest it as well as they would if they were taking it into a drink or like a shot. So that may be another suggestion, but knowing your calories you're taking in is so important. I just got some Girl Scout cookies the other day. I love the Girl Scouts. I promote them. I cannot, the problem is me. I would eat a whole box of Girl Scout cookies or just cookies in general and wonder why I'm not losing weight. If it's here, why is no one eating it? So I'll end up eating it. So I don't want any of it in the house. So none of it in the house. Next thing I know, when I went through that first weight loss journey, I was very active. By being active, I mean, I was in the gym at least 5 to 6 days a week. and I was on the treadmill walking or doing intervals. So I was running, walking, running and walking, and then sometimes doing it on the incline. I would do that for like 45 minutes to an hour, and would do it daily. And I would track my steps, 10,000 steps per day, but then I would push it. When I got to 10, I was like, well, let's do 15. I got to 15, well, let's go ahead and do it to 20. So I would just kind of be my own cheerleader, but I just knew that by the end of that day, I would at least have to get these steps in. Otherwise, I would have to kind of monitor my eating habits. Like I would have to change around what I'm eating, because if I'm not working out and I'm eating like what I want to eat, they're not adding up for me to lose weight. Like that's not adding up for me to lose weight. So I definitely had to walk more, get active. In the summertime, it's so easy to like go outside and walk. Wintertime gets very difficult. So I think sometimes I like to just do a YouTube video. I've done YouTube like Pilates or working out, you know, just doing some like aerobic exercises at home if I don't feel like going to the gym. I do have a treadmill in my basement, so I do walk now. But I did find myself when I was going to the gym, I found myself at a point where I was not losing weight after a while because I started lifting and I didn't know how to lift correctly, and I was lifting too much. So that's where I am right now. I'm like, I'm at this standstill weight where I'm not losing, I'm not gaining, I'm just here. So know your body. That lifting may be for you, but it may be only a few times a week. I was overdoing it. So again, trying to train your body back. But what you need to know too is that everything is different for every person. I would suggest journaling. I think journaling is so important. It's good for the mind, the body, and the soul to see where you started and where you're at right now, and how you got through that journey, and some of the struggles you may have had, or some of the things that worked for you, some things that didn't. I like to write down kind of like a food journal, because for me, I have some dietary restrictions where I don't know where my acid reflux is gonna flare. So knowing what I'm eating daily, which most of the time is the same stuff because I don't want to flare up, is very important, because I'll be like, oh, I feel this heartburn. Like, oh, that may have came from X, Y, and Z. Or, oh yeah, I did eat pickled onions the other day. I can't do that anymore. So knowing yourself, journaling is important. It's for the mentals, for your soul. I know when I journal, it gives me extra motivation. The motivation to know that, you know, I'm not the only person that can do this. I've done this before. I can go back and look at the beginning of my journey and be like, okay, I was 180 pounds then, 185 pounds then. And right now, you know, you may be at like 145, 150. And you see like the progression, you know. You see what the struggles you did, and what worked for you and what didn't. Like, it's just really good to journal. And also waking up very early and giving some time for peace of mind and time for yourself with sleeping well. So I know that's hard, especially if you're a parent, is being able to go to sleep early or not getting woke up in the middle of the night. But getting that rest really does actually help with your weight loss journey, because your body is like relaxed, is able to start a new day and refresh and get your energy going for your metabolism to start up again. So getting that rest is just key. And waking up early for me without my kids interrupting me, it gives me my mommy time, and it gives me my time to actually kind of figure out what I want to do for the day and write my daily goals down. So that is so good when it comes to journaling your weight loss, but actually like journaling your mind and how you're feeling is really good too. Another thing I would say is surround yourself with positive people or positive thoughts, because positivity will make you even closer to getting towards your goals. So writing an affirmation on the wall saying, you know, you got this, there's nothing better to do than focusing on yourself, something like that each day, or writing something motivational and putting it down and looking at it all the time gives you that extra like good feeling, like there's no one that's going to be the biggest cheerleader other than yourself. And when you know that you can achieve these goals, it's going to be life-changing. It's going to be so like you're not gonna know like how amazing you are until you actually get through a goal and be like, wow, I did this. Like, it doesn't have to be a weight loss journey. It can be any journey. When you get to that goal, like, it's something about the end of that journey where you just feel like, I really did this, and it was me that put myself through this to get here. That's the best feeling ever. So writing those motivational things down, and also you can even like do a motivational jar. Like, I think this is so good to do at the beginning of the year. Write down a few things like, you know, about your weight loss journey or what made you happy. Put it in a jar. And then when you're having a rough day, go open the jar and look at some of the things that you wrote. And that is going to get you through the times that are tough. Like looking at the scale every day and you're not seeing it move, sometimes that can be really hard. It can be really stressful. But knowing that losing weight is not a sprint. Losing weight is a marathon, and it's a continuous life journey. This is why when I lost weight, I kind of got off my lifestyle journey and then I would end up gaining weight back. It's because you mentally have to be prepared for a change. Like, you have to be prepared for the next step of your weight loss journey. Don't be too hard on yourself. You got this. Women, we have so many different hormone imbalances, cycles, so many things that may make our weight loss journey different. But don't compare your journey to anyone else. Focus in on what makes you happy and write down your goals. Take pictures. Pictures are so good, and it will just be all good in the end. I hope this video was a little bit of motivation. I am really excited to continue to share a weight loss journey with you all to get back to where I would love to be, because honey, that weight that I was at had me just feeling so good, just so energized. And I want to get back there again. And I'm going to continue to do some of the things I was telling you in this video to continue that journey of success. So please make sure you share, like, comment, and tell me about your weight loss journey and when did you start. I hope to see you back next time, friends. Talk to you soon. Bye.